up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. I'm with the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I just got bags from Prada. Rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we back up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up.
I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent on that.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach.
Coach, we are just about set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. A few moments ago, they raised the 12th man banner, and this place, as usual, rocking and rolling. Coming up is a rematch of that memorable Super Bowl 49 between the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Set, 380,
50. And let's get it rolling.
regular.
Play action. Now it's Brady. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is third and long. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And it's hauled in by Ben Watson. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's fourth down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in fourth and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. On fourth down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. Returnable for Lockett. Sheds a second man.
He's building up some momentum, isn't he?
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And it'll be Seahawk football, first and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10 at their own 42. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The veteran Jason McCourty there to make sure that one didn't find its target. Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10. This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
On third down, Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Lawrence Guy drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be fourth and long.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. 4th down, and out is the all-pro punter from a year ago, Michael Dixon, to punt for Seattle. Back deep for New England, Julian Edelman. This is taken around the 12. All fighting off the defender. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Patriots take over. Charles, as the Patriots come back out here offensively, gives us a chance to go back to that loss they had Week 9 to Baltimore. So now 8-1. Not going to be an undefeated season, so the 72 Dolphins can take a little breath of relief. Well, they got to worry about the 49ers.
49ers are still out there, but they can order, what they want, right, and put it on ice.
Get ready to put it on ice. So now, do you put much emphasis on that loss to Baltimore if you're New England? Or you're like, whatever, just move on?
I think that they're the team and a franchise that knows how to move on, but they also will look at that tape and realize they've got some things to fix.
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Past the 20, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel, 79 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Now Steven Gostkowski on for the extra point. And he gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Seattle Seahawks 7-2 through 9 weeks of the season. Their offense coming back out here. You know, Charles, this Seattle team looks really good. We talked about Russell Wilson, how good he's been. Where's the weak spot for the Seahawks crew?
Believe it or not, consistent pass rush. And the reason I say believe it or not, when you think of the players who are along that defensive front, it's a surprise because they've gotten Jaron Reed back. He missed the first 6 games of the season. Remember, he was double-digit sacks in 2018 at defensive tackle. They've added Jadeveon Clowney. Defensive end, consistently presses for 10 sacks or more in a season. Ziggy Ansah, who when healthy, is a double-digit sack guy. I think as this season moves on, it would not surprise me at all that that pass rush gets ramped up a little bit, and then Seattle will be really difficult to deal with.
Week 10, how about this battle playing against the undefeated 49ers? That's going to be a fun one.
That's going to be an absolute blast, and that's a good time for their pass rush to emerge against Jimmy Garoppolo. But first of all, they better stop the run.
That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now it's Wilson. His throw incomplete. The rookie DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be fourth and short.
So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it. They run for it with Carson. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Here's Wilson. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
And here it's just a simple question of whether or not the ball broke the plane. Well, I said it's simple. It's not really that simple. This could be really complicated.
We would love for it to be simple, to know that it did actually cross the plane of the goal line. But as you described, it is a difficult call. All it takes is a portion of the ball crossing that line. Now the officials have to determine if that happened.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Taking it in from a yard out as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
And Brad, I think we have to look back at the big call to go for it on 4th down.
And that set up everything, and the end result, the short touchdown run. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think every coach would have gone for it back there.
You and I both know every coach would not have gone for it back there. So that's showing a little bit of faith, actually showing a lot of faith in his team, and it was rewarded.
Throwing is Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So why go for that there? First half, you could have tied the game at 7. Why try to get the lead?
Feels like an analytics call, doesn't it? That's starting to really get into the game where they're studying where you can make extra points and the whole deal and, get an advantage. But I don't know that we have enough data yet to really say this is the right play or the wrong play. Maybe in 2 or 3 more NFL seasons.
Could change.
Exactly. 2 or 3 more NFL seasons, I think we'll have a much better study and much better case of what we're going to do.
Keep playing.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in.
Looks for White, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And he puts this one through as the lead moves to 13-7.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Brady and the Patriots now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Check three.
They'll run with a former Super Bowl hero. It's James White. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Stay with your man. Cover.
Now Brady. They still can't get it. A spin. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Brady going to try and throw on third down. Flush to his right. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Tom Brady flashing the mobility, scrambling there for a first down. File that under something you don't see very often there. Tom Brady scrambling for the first down. Last year, he finally went over 1,000 yards rushing for his career. And you think about it, this is a guy that's been in the league for almost 2 decades. Not the fleetest of foot, but he's showing right there he's got a little mobility in those old legs. Brady now on first down. Complete to Watson, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's a loss of 8 yards there to bring up third.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On third and long, it's Brady. He shakes him off. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
Well, that's the second time they've gotten to Brady, and you've got to do it a variety of ways. You want your regular pressure. Sometimes you have to bring extra. But in this case, they got to him, and that just doesn't happen very often.
It's a rarity. He's just such a veteran. His pocket presence so good. But, hey, tip of the cap to the D. Here's Ryan Allen now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And out will come the offense as they take over. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 20. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 61 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good as that is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
Now Myers for the extra point. And the lead is now 13. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle. As a general rule, they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back.
An eligible receiver downfield. Offense.
So they decline it, and they choose to not give him that down back.
And I think that's the key to everything there. They didn't give up any yardage even on the completed pass. Don't give them an extra down in order to try and pick up a first.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 22. Thomas, the 9-year vet. Of course, all those great seasons with Denver. 5 straight 1,000-yard campaigns in Denver. Dealt to Houston at the trade deadline last year, and now trying to work his way back off an Achilles tear. And if healthy, he can certainly be a big asset for Tom Brady. Now a first down carry. It's Michel. It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Brady. And he's got Edelman for the first time. That's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 22 yards there, a first down. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who could make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
That throw by Brady incomplete.
He's thrown one interception already, and that doesn't necessarily mean the rest of the game is going to go like that. But it does seem that he's a little bit off in his approach to this one.
Yeah, it does, and that was a risky throw right there.
Got to be careful about taking care of the ball, making sure you get back within yourself. I mean, those mechanics that they work on all the time, they're there for a reason. Kind of get back to those and maybe tamp it down a little bit. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Brady. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Jaron Reed drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter. Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling. Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. So now on 4th down, on comes Steven Gostkowski to try and get the Pats 3. On the right hash, officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that cuts into the deficit. It's now 20-10. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic. Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone. And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the shotgun, Wilson. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, 1st down Seahawks. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive. I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings, for some reason it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter. Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps. I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one. They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. Now a give, right side. It's Carson, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was going for the tight end, Nick Vanette, and that'll bring up 2nd down. I think he's a little trigger-happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone. Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Wilson. He's going to loft it. This is caught inside the 15. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is Carson.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett there to make the grab. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Able to get away. Keeps himself upright. Trying to improvise. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Michelle. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and long. Brady. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
He's going to float this over the middle, deep. That's caught at the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Brady. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. From 21 yards away. And the Patriots get a score closer. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Extra point good by Gostkowski. And that will get him one closer. That time a 6-play drive. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and now it's 2nd down. Well, with that incompletion, let's tap into the useless facts file, shall we? Three guys with the last name Allen got the start in Week 9. Josh in Buffalo, Kyle in Carolina, Brandon in Denver. All three got the win. And, Charles, that's the first time in league history that 3 QBs sharing the last name won on the same weekend.
How about that? And I think for Brandon Allen, his first start as well, so not bad. Now, throw in the guys who have the same last name and their starts. Let's go to 2000. The Johnsons, Brad, Doug, and Rob. And in 1984, we're really digging deep here. I love this. Dave, Wade, and Mark Wilson. Now, to my recollection, none of them were related. Just all had the same last name. Who would you take, the Johnsons, or would you take the Wilsons?
I'll take the Johnsons because I actually remember them playing. But, oh, I'm sorry, you're getting mad at me for that comment. But none of them ever won on the same weekend, so we witnessed NFL history this past week.
We certainly did. Great NFL history. At least Brad Johnson won a Super Bowl.
Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
This is caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Tom Brady and the Patriot offense back onto the field. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. Second tour of duty for Watson with the Patriots. Remember, New England drafted him way back in 2004 out of Northwestern. He retired in the offseason after finishing the campaign with New Orleans, but decided to come back for one more go-around with the Patriots, and they might need him, especially with Rob Gronkowski no longer in uniform. On first down, Michel. And now running right through it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Brady's throw caught by Lacoste, the tight end. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage. So here's second and 11. On second down, they'll run with White. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Brady. And a little floater there is incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On 3rd down, Michel. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. If you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They have more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing.
I'm just going to go ahead and call it, partner. You could smell the desperation in that fake, couldn't you? Down big. They had to try something. No one was fooled.
I think you're exactly right. With this deficit, though, go ahead and give it a shot. Didn't work out. In the end, I guess it doesn't hurt him too much. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and it's 3rd down. By the way, I got to apologize, because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Give them 32 on the play. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
Now, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So 2 thoughts come to mind. 1, get some oxygen. Fill up your lungs a little bit. And number 2, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Stepping aside from this game for a second, how about us being in Week 10 of the NFL season right now? That makes me want to resurface that MVP talk we had earlier in the year. Who do you have right now leading in the MVP race?
Is this quarterback's edition only, or can we actually bring other people into it?
Yeah, go wherever.
Because the league does tell you that MVP can be anyone, but numbers show us it's really got to be a quarterback. So let's just start there, right? Russell Wilson in Seattle. I think he has to be a prime guy. I think you have to look at Tom Brady, all right? It's always Tom Brady. Patrick Mahomes,
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Patriots. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. 20. 10. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score.
We're going to shut you down. We're going to shut you down.
The offenses have success. You can say they've run wild a little bit. Time for the defenses to get into the act, and one does here.
Nothing like a little bit of revenge for the defense. They've had to deal with it all game long. Both offenses going up and down the field. How about it when they take the ball away and take it to the other end zone?
Gostkowski with the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is fielded at the goal line.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They're right back out there after watching the fumble go the other way. Still in control of this game, but that needs to serve as a wake-up call because they're not in the clear yet.
No, the message should be clear that fortunes can change pretty quickly when you turn the ball over. You've got to take care of it, otherwise that lead could slip away quickly.
Here's Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants...
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Patriots. Does the big boy have the juice? And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and a Patriot touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Gostkowski for the point after. And the lead is down to a field goal now. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Chris Carson trotting back out there. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime and make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out with the defense.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 39 yards there, a big one. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ballgame.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Easy.
From the gun, Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern in the middle of the end zone.
And ordinarily, that's a tough spot to find because there's usually coverage to take away that portion of the field. But they found a gap, and they exploited it.
Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. Wilson will throw again. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, you know, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ballgame or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Brady. It's caught. This is White. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. With James White, you know that he can catch the football. He was 3rd in the NFL amongst running backs last year with 87 catches. And as we've seen, sometimes they come in bunches. Super Bowl 51, he had 14 grabs, including the winning score last year. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Ryan Allen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. To throw is Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. It was the veteran Devin McCourty. He got a hand in there to break that one up.
Definitely worth taking in our deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. Open man, it's Vanette. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. And now he's closing in on 450 yards passing.
That's an incredible number. I mean, you're talking about the best defenders in the world that you're trying to throw the ball against, and you're creating that type of a number. Fantastic job, fantastic performance. He's going to have to ice up his arm afterwards, too.
Call that a very strong game. Of 24. To throw again is Wilson. And oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. That's good for 28 yards.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing. I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
And that's intercepted. It's the all-pro corner, Stephon Gilmore. Well, hey, we talked about the AFC playoff picture. Let's look at the NFC. That's a different story. You've got Dallas and Philly neck and neck in the East. Then Green Bay, New Orleans, and San Francisco as division leaders. But with only 2 more wild card spots, going to be some good teams left out in the cold in January.
Yeah, because right now you got Seattle at 7-2, Minnesota 6-3. They would be in as of right now. But the Rams 5-3. Carolina, and whoever doesn't win the East out of either Dallas or Philadelphia, this is going to be a heck of a battle, isn't it? People are going to have an effect on this conference with every game that's played, maybe even teams that aren't in the conference. Because if you lose to someone, anyone, it could knock you out of the race.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Brady now to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Ezekiel Ansah picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Here's Ryan Allen now. He's been terrific so far. And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off.
Get ready.
So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And he pulled it. Oh, my goodness. It's no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So we would have figured that one to be 3 points in the bank. But this game, you know, can be unpredictable at times.
Yeah, he knew he needed to pull it ever so slightly to get it going in the right direction. But he seemed to put a little too much on it. And from short range, that is a bad miss for an NFL kicker.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. The final shot before half for Brady. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Gostkowski the extra point, and that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we've an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, well, get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The veteran Jason McCourty there to make sure that one didn't find its target. CD, we're already firmly in the month of November, so I want to go ahead and take a look at the AFC playoff picture. Right now, division leaders, New England, Baltimore, Houston, and KC. If it ended today, the wild cards would go to Buffalo and Indianapolis. And you think those are going to be the 6? Probably some shuffling along the way.
There will be some shuffling along the way, maybe more in seeding than in actual teams, because when you're looking at who's in the wild card hunt right now, Pittsburgh, Oakland, both 4-4. Tennessee and Jacksonville at 4-5. The way teams are playing, they may just knock off each other. I think all the teams we listed have a heck of a chance of making it to the playoffs. Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. But he will not make the first down marker. That'll be a turnover on down. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog. This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know where Mace, Poss, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred.